Good morning, friends. This is Professor Rahul Krishnaji Bhavane, and the subject of heat transfer. Today, we are going to see uniform heat generation in a plane wall when there is a convection part is considered. So, in my previous video, we saw the heat generation in a plane wall and what is the criteria behind it and what is the phenomena happening there and how to identify the maximum temperature and surface temperature in case of plane wall or cylinder or sphere. So in today's video we will see what happens when convection part is there. So let's start today's video. So heat generation in plane wall with a convective part. So as seen in the diagram, this is a cross section of a slab. So the source of heat generation G, it is exactly lie at the center midway of the slab, so that we have to consider the total thickness of the slab is equals to 2L. Remember this point. Whenever heat generation source is lie exactly midway, then we have to consider thickness of slab 2L, so that half, that is L, and half on left hand side L. So this much will be our path length. It will be become difficult if we consider the thickness of slab is L. So we have to consider L by 2 on each side, and with the notation of L by 2 it become difficult to derive the equation. So in such situation we assume that the thickness of slab is 2L. So from midway to right side and left side it become L. At the same time, we assume that we are counting distance or thickness of slab at the midway where x is 0, and on right hand side this is a positive x. So as we move on from source or midway to right hand side and reach to wall surface, so distance will be x equals to L, positive L. But if we move on a backward direction in a negative direction, so at left face the distance will be x equals to minus L, as we assume 0 is at midway. So this is negative side, this is positive side. Now in this we assume the convection parts. So on the both side of slab there is a medium which having a same H value, so that is identical medium. So both side H value, convective coefficient is the same on both side, as well as temperature of the fluid is also same on the both side. And because of this, when heat is generated and conducted through half portion of thickness, then convected out to the surrounding fluid, we get the identical temperature profile curve. So we obtain symmetry about the center line, correct? So this is the temperature profile, and heat is equally transferred to both sides. That means total heat is suppose Q, then it will be Q by 2, Q by 2. If it is 2Q, then half, that is Q amount from left face, Q amount from right face. Let's see now how to derive the equations, mathematical expression for such condition. So this is our schematic. Now at center, where we assume x is 0 value, so distance is 0. So at center, T will be maximum, because at center only there is a heat generation source. So at source temperature will be maximum, and from this source heat will convey out to surrounding fluid. So first part is conduction, then convection. On right hand side also first part is conduction up to surface, and then from surface convection. So no doubt the temperature will be maximum at the source only. So at center where x is 0, temperature is T max, and at wall surface it may be either left or right side. So at wall surface, which is at a distance L, So x is L distance on both sides. So heat is conducted from center to wall surface and then convected to surrounding fluid. So heat from source conducted throughout this slab and reach to surface, and from surface it is convected out to the surrounding fluid. So at wall surface, what is the condition? Heat conducted to wall surface must be equal to heat convected to surrounding. So conduction part, as we know, we use Fourier's law. So minus Ka dt by dx at x equals to L. And convection, we use Newton's law of cooling. So Ha Tw minus T infinity. Now in case of slab, whatever be the cross section area for heat flow is exactly same to the area exposed for heat convection. So this A get cancelled. So our final form will be minus K dt by dx at x equals to L is equal to H wall temperature minus T infinity. Here we are not assuming left side or right side because both wall surface remain at the same temperature. Okay. So this is our equation 1. Now in this, K is a constant, that is thermal conductivity, H is convective coefficient, T infinity is a surrounding fluid temperature. So we must find out this term which are going to change condition to condition. That is dt by dx at x equals to L and T wall surface. So we have to find out these two terms. Now as I said in previous video also, this portion as per university syllabus, it is covered only on the basis of one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction equation, that is Poisson's equation. So Poisson's equations, d square T upon dx square plus G upon K equals to 0. Why 0? Because steady state, so delta T by del of time will be 0, so everything becomes 0 in three-dimensional heat conduction equation. One dimensional, so y and z term is not considered, so our final one dimensional heat conduction equation is d square T upon dx square plus G upon K. Now I will shift this term on right hand side, so it becomes minus G upon K. As I said, we must find out dt by dx at x equals to L and T wall. But right now what we have, that is d square T by dx square. So anyhow we have to convert this into dt by dx, and secondly T, that is for T wall. So integrate this. On integrating, it become dt by dx. So square term get, higher term get cancelled. So after integration of d square T upon dx square, it become dt by dx. On right hand side, integration of this, so minus G upon K of x after integration, and plus C1 constant of integration. So this become a dt by dx form, but still we have to find out temperature form. So again on integrating this equation, so again on integrating we reach to this form. Integration of dt by dx become T is equals to minus G by K. Integration of x become x square upon 2 plus C1x plus C2. So this is C2, again a constant of second integration. So we have this two form, and this two form we have to work everywhere during numerical also. So this up to this step, it will always common in each derivation and each numerical. Okay, so these are important forms of dt by dx and temperature terms. Now we have a conditions for this situation schematic. We have first condition at center where heat generation source is there. As we know, where x equals to 0, temperature become T max. This is our first condition. Second condition at surface, either left surface or right surface, condition will be same. At surface, what happened? Conduction, heat conducted up to surface is equal to heat convection. So this is the second condition at surface. So we have only two conditions, at center and at surface. So due to symmetry, maximum temperature occur at the center of the wall. This is, we know that, but we have to prove it. So applying condition at center. So what is the condition at center? Where x equals to 0, this one midway, T become T max, and T become T max, that means maximum temperature within a slab. So it must satisfy maximum temperature condition, and that maximum temperature condition is dt by dx equate to 0. So maximum condition temperature is dt by dx equate to 0. So differentiate temperature with respect to x and equate to 0. This is a maximum temperature condition. Now we have to apply this condition first, center conditions. Now where to apply? Whether for this, if I use the temperature profile equation T, so T become T max, where x will be 0, but we get a T max in terms of C1, C2, like that. dt by dx, here we have the value, dt by dx becomes 0, because it is following the maximum temperature condition. So likewise, we have to use the corresponding equations. Let me explain. We are doing all these exercises to find out the value of C1 and C2, so that we reach to some final form of derivation, this temperature profile equation. Because C1 and C2 right now it is a constant, we have to find out the value of constant, then it become a temperature profile equation. So let's start. So we have dt by dx equals to minus gx upon k plus C1. Put at x equals to 0, temperature, maximum temperature condition, dt by dx becomes 0. So dt by dx at x equals to 0, this is a notation where we are considering, because dt by dx can be considered at surface also, where x is equals to L. So right now we are considering x equals to 0. So dt by dx at x equals to 0 is equals to minus gx upon k plus C1. Now dt by dx at x equals to 0, value is 0, that is maximum temperature condition, is equals to minus x is 0 plus C1. So ultimately we get C1 equals to 0. We got the value of C1. Numerical value, it is 0. Now at center, when x is 0, dt by dx become minus gx upon k. Why? Because C1 is 0. If I put this C1 in our general equation, so C1 becomes 0. So dt by dx will be only minus gx upon k. When I talk about a center where x is 0, so that equation become minus gx upon k at x equals to 0. In the same way, at wall surface where x is L distance, I am not considering minus L or plus L, just a wall surface on left surface or right surface. So when x is L, so what happened, dt by dx? So dt by dx at x equals to L will be minus g. We are replacing x term by L only. So gl upon k. This is the dt by dx at x equals to L. Now what about the temperature? So T. So T, we have this equation, general equation. Now put C1 is a 0. So it become T equals to minus gx square upon 2k plus C2. Now according to this, when x equals to L, T become T wall, and it is equals to minus gl square upon 2k plus C2. Where x equals to 0, T become T max. We already know that, correct? So x equals to 0, T become T max. And when x is 0, if I put value of x is 0, so it become everything 0. So again T max equals to C2. That kind of equation we obtain. So we are not finding at center, we are finding at x equals to L. So wall surface is minus GL square upon 2K plus C2. Now our general equation where we find out value of dt by dx at x equals to L and T wall. So put these values. So equation become minus k in bracket dt by dx value at x equals to L is minus GL upon k equals to H, and this is whole bracket. In this stand for T wall minus GL square upon 2K plus C2 minus T infinity. Now we already find out the value of C1, that is equals to 0. We have to find out the value of C2 now. C2 in terms of any numerical value or in terms of other parameters which will be provided in numericals. So if I shift rearrange this, so minus minus it become plus, so k GL upon k, so definitely k will get cancelled. H here bracket remain as it is. Now I am shifting this H to left hand side, k get cancelled, so it remains GL upon H equals to minus GL square upon 2K plus C2 minus T infinity. We are interested in finding C2 value. So shifting everything, so minus term, this whole minus term, if I shift it to left hand side, it become plus, and minus T infinity shifted, it become plus T infinity. So we get the value of C2 in terms of other parameters. So C2 will be GL upon H plus GL square upon 2K plus T infinity. This is the value of C2. Now we know what is the value of C1 and C2. So our temperature profile in terms of constant of integration C1 and C2, this is our temperature profile. This equation belongs to this curve. Okay, this is called the temperature profile. So temperature profile equation T. Now we have to put the value of C1 equals to 0 and C2 equals to this in our temperature profile equation. So our temperature profile equation where minus gx square upon 2k as it is. If C1 becomes 0, so whole term, middle term becomes 0. Then C2 plus GL upon H plus GL square upon 2k plus T infinity. Now rearranging this. So I shift this term at first position minus of this x square term plus GL upon H plus T infinity. Now in this first two terms, G upon 2k can be a common, so taken out. So it becomes G upon 2k L square minus x square plus GL upon H plus T infinity. So this is our temperature required, temperature profile equation. This is our standard equation where there is no any term of C1 and C2. So we ultimately succeed to remove out the C1 and C2 terms constant. So our final temperature profile equation will be T equals to G upon 2K L square minus X square plus GL upon H plus T infinity. And this equation is used to identify to calculate the temperature at any distance within the slab. So if X is 0, we find out the temperature at center where X is 0. If I put X equals to L, then it will be given the wall temperature. If I put some value of X, so we will get the temperature at that particular X value within this slab. So let's move ahead. The temperature profile equation which we obtain for such kind of equation where symmetry temperature profile is there. So at center, when X is 0, temperature become T center, and we know that when X is 0 at symmetry, T center will be the T max. But this is not happening at all the cases. Okay, this is only possible when heat generation source is at exactly center and we got the symmetry temperature profile. Now, so T center or T max will be when X is 0. So I put the value of X, so it becomes 0 square. So finally I got T center or T max is GL square upon 2K plus GL upon H plus T infinity. Now what happened when I put the value X equals to L? So at surface, so temperature become T surface or T wall, TW. So when I put X equals to L in our main equation, so TW will be G upon 2K L square minus X is replaced by L, so it become L square again plus GL upon H plus T infinity. So L square, so this whole term becomes 0. So T wall is 0 plus GL upon H plus T infinity. So final form for mathematical expression for wall temperature or surface temperature in case of symmetry is T wall is GL upon H plus T infinity. So either you remember these two separate equation or remember only these main equation and just replace the value of X. If you are interested in finding the T center, so replace X equals to 0. If you want to find out the temperature at wall, then replace the X equals to L. So definitely you will reach to this final form. Okay, so let's move ahead now. Now we will see two numericals at different conditions. So first numerical, the basic one, a plain wall of thickness 0.2 meter and thermal conductivity 20 watt per meter Kelvin generates heat at the 50 kilowatt per meter cube of volume when an electric current is passed through it. The convective heat transfer on each side of the wall is 10 watt per meter square Kelvin. Consider steady state condition, take surrounding temperature to be 25 degrees centigrade. And it is asked to determine the surface temperature and the maximum temperature in the wall. Okay, so it is said that same H value, convective coefficient, and same surrounding temperature. That means we obtain symmetry. So whenever we obtain symmetry temperature profile, so we consider thickness is equals to 2L. So 2L is 0.2 meter. If 2L is 0.2 meters, so what is the value of L? It is 0.1 meter. Now next, thermal conductivity is given 20 watt per meter Kelvin. Heat generation rate 50 kilowatt per meter cube. Remember, we must put the value 50 watt per meter cube. So always convert this kilowatt or megawatt into simple watt per meter cube. H value is given 10 watt per meter square Kelvin and surrounding fluid temperature 25 degrees centigrade. So we have to find out T wall and T max. According to our statement, our schematic will be like this. And it is always better to draw a schematic as per your numerical given. So this is symmetrical temperature profile. Okay. Now in this numerical, it is not asked to derive the formula you used. If it is written like that, then we have to first derive the formula for T wall and T max. Just we derive right now in previous slides. Likewise, so those steps will be included in our answer first, and then we will put the value and find out the numerical value for T wall and T max. But it is not said like that. Or even though if this question is asked for 8 marks or 10 marks, then also, even though it is not written, derive the formula you used, we have to derive it, because otherwise it become very easy to find out T wall and T max, and this will be for 2 marks question. But if it is asked for 8 marks, that means it is presumed we have to derive the formula. So let's start to solve this numerical. So this is our schematic and these are our given data. So we know that this is our basic equation for symmetric profile. T is equals to G upon 2K in bracket L square minus X square plus GL upon H plus T infinity. Either you remember this main form only, or You remember this one, T max or T center will be this and T wall will be this. Correct? Now shift to our task. It is asked to surface temperature of the plane, that is T wall. And we know that surface temperature of plane when symmetry is there. So T wall is GL upon H plus T infinity. So we are directly using this formula because it is not asked to derive the formula you use. So T wall, put the all values of these terms. So T wall will be 5 to 5 degrees centigrade. This is our first answer. If wall temperature is 5 to 5, so no doubt source temperature or mid temperature T max must be higher than 5 to 5. Okay. Now second value, maximum temperature in the plane wall. So definitely maximum temperature obtained at x equals to 0. So if I put the value x equals to 0 in main equation, so we come to this final form. T max is minus GL square upon 2K plus GL upon H plus T infinity. Put the values of all these parameters which are given in given data. But remember, G is kilowatt per meter cube. So here I am putting watt per meter cube, basic units. So we get the value T max 537.5 degrees centigrade, higher than T wall surface. So this is our answers for T max. Now imagine this is our last numerical where I try to cover maximum points in a single numerical. So no need to go for a number of numericals. So in this numerical, this will be a last numerical for today's video. In a thick infinite slab of thickness 20 degrees centigrade, the temperature of fluid on one side is 30 degrees centigrade and on definitely other side 30 and 20 degrees centigrade. So friends, that means both side environment having a different properties. One side 30 degree temperature, second side 20 degrees temperature. The heat transfer coefficient on hot side is 20 watt per meter square Kelvin and on cold side it is 40 watt per meter square Kelvin. That means both side fluid are different, both side fluid temperature are different. So wall surface temperature cannot be identical, just like in a previous numerical, but concept remains same. The conductivity of slab material is 20 watt per meter Kelvin. The heat generation in the slab is at the uniform rate of 5 kilowatt per meter cube. Again, this G value is given in kilowatt. We have to convert into watt per meter. Determine, it is asked to find out 4 things. Actually, it is seen as a 4, but there are many more. Expression for temperature distribution in the slab. That means we have to find out temperature profile equation, T equation, for this condition. Second, maximum temperature in the slab, T max. Definitely T max is not in this particular case lie at a center of slab. Okay, and its location. So what is the T max value and where it lie within the slab. Temperature at the center. So T max is a different thing and temperature at center is a different thing for this numerical. So T center and its 2 surfaces. So left surface temperature and right surface temperature. And last is heat transfer rate from each surface, because on each side there are different property of surrounding fluids. So heat transfer rate will be the different on both surface. So we have to find out that also. So we have length. So this time we are not considering thickness as 2L because it is not going to give a symmetry profile. So just a length 20 centimeters, so 0.2 meter. Hot fluid temperature T infinity 1 or T infinity H, or simply you can mention TH 30 degrees centigrade. Cold fluid temperature TC 20 degrees centigrade. Convective coefficient of hot fluid 20. then for cold fluid 40, then thermal conductivity is 20 watt per meter Kelvin, and heat generation is 5 kilowatt per meter cube. If I try to draw schematic for our diagram statement, so it will be like this. Heat generation source within a slab, but it is not exactly at center, remember. So X is not 0 at midway. It may be anywhere, we don't know, but we will calculate where it lie, and definitely it will lie at the maximum temperature. So as it is not a symmetry case of temperature profile, so we assume X is 0 at left face, so all the thickness is along the positive direction. So when it reach to second surface, thickness will be X equals to plus L. Now hot fluid, H of H, hot fluid temperature TH. So when heat travel from source to left face, then according to the surrounding fluid there will be a resistance, and according to that temperature will drop. And on the right face, when it conducted to right face and then dissipated to colder surrounding fluid HC, then temperature profile will be different one. So here both side heat transfer rate is not same. So on this side Q1 is the heat transfer rate, on this side Q2 is the heat transfer rate. Okay, so this is our schematic as per the diagram statement. So schematic is given, we have to find out temperature distribution in the slab. So it means we have to find out the equation for this curve, that is T equation. And let's start. So Poisson's equation, d square T upon dx square plus g upon k. So I shift here, on right hand side it becomes minus, then on integration dt by dx form we got here in terms of C1 constant of integration. Again on integrating we get the temperature profile equation in terms of C1 and C2. So these steps will be common in each condition, and we have to find out C1 and C2 value for this situation which is asked in our numerical. Once we got the value of C1 and C2, then it will become our temperature profile equation. So our task is to find out the C1 and C2. Okay. Now we have two conditions. In previous numerical or concept we have two conditions, at center where T become T max, and at surface. But right now at center it is not T become T max condition, so we don't know where it is lying. Okay, so it is not a symmetry profile. So we have two conditions, either on left face where heat conducted and convected to hot fluid, and second condition on right face where heat conducted and convected out to cold fluid. So these two conditions. So at left face where we assume X is 0, so dt by dx will be minus gx, where x value is 0 upon k plus C1. We are just using this equation, we are putting x equals to 0, so our final form dt by dx when x equals to 0 is C1. Now at right face where x having a value of L, so right face where dt by dx x equals to L, so we are going to put x equals to L. So our final form dt by dx at x equals to L is minus gl upon k plus C1. Remember this time C1 is not 0, it having some value at left face, it having some value at right face. So C1 is dt by dx equals to x equals to 0 at left face, and at right face we got this value. So we have both the dt by dx at left and right face. Now we have these two equations. Now at left face where x is 0, so temperature equation, now we are using temperature equation. So if I put the x value 0, So G 0 square plus C1 0 plus C2. So likewise, I get the value of T wall 1 left face wall temperature. T wall 1 equals to C2. Now at right face where X is L, so if I use temperature profile equation, so I am replacing X by L. So we get T wall 2 equals to minus GL square upon 2K plus C1 L plus C2. So likewise, we find out dt by dx at x equals to 0, T wall 1, then dt by dx at x equals to L and T wall 2. So two condition, left face, so we find out these two values. Right face condition, we find out these two values, correct? Now applying boundary condition at left face. So what is the boundary condition? Boundary condition says whatever be the heat generated from source, it will conduct it through this slab, reach to surface and then convected out, correct? So rate of heat conduction at x equals to 0 is equals to rate of heat convection at x equals to 0. So what is x equals to 0? That means left face. We are talking about a left face. So heat conduction. Now why we put this plus sign? So in second step, let me explain. This is via our Fourier's law. So minus k a dt by dx is equals to h h a d w1 minus dh. But a get cancelled, so this become a final form. Why we put this plus sign? Normally it is a minus k. Imagine this is a source and x value is here, correct? As per Fourier's law, if I move along the thickness, my temperature gradient become negative, dt by dx become negative. To compensate that negativity, I have to use minus sign. But if I go in a reverse direction, so source is here and I am going in a reverse direction, so in a reverse direction my temperature gradient will be positive, so no need to mention a negative sign here. So dt by dx will be positive if I move in a reverse direction. So as my x value goes on decreasing, my temperature gradient value become a positive. So I put here positive sign at left face because it is against the x direction. X direction is along towards the right, but I am moving towards left, so it is against x direction. So temperature gradient will be positive, so I put here positive sign. So plus k dt by dx at x equals to 0 is equals to h of h, hot fluid, Tw1 minus Th at x equals to 0. Now we have to put the values. So dt by dx at x equals to 0, we found that is equals to C1 is equals to h of h. What is the value of Tw1 at x equals to 0? It is C2. So C2 minus h of T of h. Now C2 is a K C1 upon h of h plus Th. So just rearranging this. So we got the value of C2 in terms of C1. Now we have all these four things. Now applying the second boundary condition, that is a right face. At right face minus rate of heat conducted. So source to conduction part is negative at x equals to L and rate of heat convection x equals to L. So our equation become minus k dt is equals to HC cold fluid Tw2 minus Tc. Why minus sign? Because now heat is conducted along the direction, and as the thickness is increases, my temperature gradient become negative, and to compensate that negativity I have to use minus sign in Fourier's equation. Now simplify this. Dt by dx at x equals to L, we got this value minus GL upon K plus C1, and T wall 2 we have this value. So replacing this, now simplify this equation. So if I multiply, if I shift this HC on left hand side, so it become minus K upon H in bracket minus GL upon K plus C1 is equals to this whole terms minus GL square upon 2K plus C1L plus C2 minus TC. Now we have this equation. We now move this term into the bracket. So minus minus become plus. K get cancelled. So remains GL upon H minus K upon HC of C1 is equals to all these terms. Now put the value of C2. C2 we got K upon H of H C1 plus TH when we apply the condition of left face. So we are replacing C2 by all these terms in terms of C1. So our equation become like this, where now only C1 remains. We are going to find out the C1 value. So rearrange everything to reach the final form of C1. So here we are shifting this negative term GL square upon 2K on left hand side. So it become positive GL square upon 2K. This term GL upon HC remain as it is. C1, we are shifting C1 to right hand side. So we are shifting all C values to right hand side. Then this minus TC, if I shift to left hand side, it become positive. If I shift positive TH, it become negative. And rearranging so that we get all C1 terms on right hand side. Okay. Now move ahead. If I taking out C1 as a common, so I got a bracket K upon SC plus L plus K upon H of H. Now put the value. As this is a numerical, so I am putting the value of each and every terms. Only C1 remains unknown. So if I put the values, numerical values, so this is the final form. So C1 will be 11.76. This is the value, numerical value of C1. Now to find out the C2, we know that C2 and C1 relation. So put the value of everything including C1 11.76. So we got a numerical value for C2 41.76. Now we have a constant of integration, that is C1 and C2 numerical value. So let's put back into our main temperature distribution equation, this one. So this is our final temperature distribution equation for the given numerical. T equals to minus gx square upon 2k plus 11.76x plus 41.76. This is the temperature profile equation for this particular given numerical. So this is the first part. Now the second, B, maximum temperature in the slab and its location. So we have a temperature profile equation. This is for our statement 11.76x plus 41.76 when we replace the C1 and C2 value. So this is our temperature profile equation. Now apply the condition, maximum temperature condition. We don't know where it lies. It is not a symmetry. So, but we know what is the maximum temperature condition, that is dt by dx, differentiate temperature with respect to x and equate to 0. This become maximum temperature condition. So we applying this condition. So d by dx of total T value minus gx square upon 2k plus 11.76x plus 41.76 and equate to 0. So after differentiation, we get minus 2gx upon 2k plus 11.76. Derivation of x is 1 and this is a constant to become 0. So we got this final form Gx upon K. I shifted this to right hand side, so it become positive. So Gx upon K equals to 11.76. Now I have the value of G and K. So put the value of G and K. So I get the answer for location x equals to 0.047 meter. So this is the location where we obtain a maximum temperature. So x is 0 here at left face. When I move towards the right face, so at particular distance, when x equals to 0.047 meter, at that particular distance, temperature will be maximum. So T equals to, now this is our general equation. Now we know T become maximum at x equals to 0.047 meters. So I am just replacing x value by this. So temperature become T max. Put the all remaining parameters numerical value. So T max will be 42.037 degrees centigrade. So this is a T max value. Now move on to second part, that is temperature at the center of slab and at its two surface. So center of slab, T center. So we know the temperature profile equation for this numerical. Now T center, where we obtain T center? T center will be at L by 2 because total length is L, slab thickness. So center will be at x equals to L by 2. So it is 0.1 meter. So when x is 0.1 meter, we get the temperature T center. So T center, put all the numerical value in temperature profile. So T center will be 41.69 degrees centigrade. Now wall surface TW1 and TW2. So temperature at left face. So temperature at left face where x value is 0. So temperature become T wall 1. So T wall 1, put the x is 0 in temperature distribution equation and put the other numerical value. So our temperature will be T wall 1 is 41.76 degrees centigrade. Now at right face, temperature at right face, this is our equation, temperature profile. At a right face, when x equals to L and it is equals to 0.2 meter, then we got the temperature equals to T wall 2. So put the numerical values. So T wall 2, that is TW2 is 39.11 degrees centigrade. So this is the answer of third C part, that is temperature at center of slab and its two surfaces. Now the final form, final question, heat transfer rate from each surface. As the schematic showing that each surface having different heat transfer rate. So at left face where x is 0, heat transfer rate is Q by A at x equals to 0, and heat transfer rate we are using Newton's law of cooling. So Q by A at x equals to 0 is h of h TW1 minus TH. So put the value h of h 20, TW1 we got the value 41.76, TH is minus 30. So Q by A at left face it become 235.2. So this is the value of Q1. Now at right face, sorry, by mistake it is again printed as a left face. So at right face where x equals to L. So at x equals to L condition, Newton's law, h of C T wall 2 minus T at x equals to L 764.4 watt per meter square. This is Q2. So this way all the questions A, B, C, D. So this is the end. So for today's lecture, we have to just remember that we must find out the C1 and C2 value so that we get our final temperature profile equation. And according to the conditions we have, uh, we, if we put the conditions corresponding equation we obtain, so for center temperature or maximum temperature or wall temperature, and accordingly we can solve the numerical. So thank you. We will see some